Thank you everybody for tuning in for another Social Media Mastery series by Optimize Social Media. My name is Eric Tobolewski. I'm our Director of Operations. Today I've made a very snackable sized video here focusing on posting and a little bit of advertising. Like what do we need to do in the specifically automotive industry and several others to keep an audience engaged and target the right audience. So we'll jump right into it here. With that said, I'd just like to kind of highlight that in today's age, Facebook, who also owns Instagram, really allows us to, grab a lot of different age groups and demographics, right? Instagram has grown, leaps and bounds. Gen Z is really tied into that platform. But the reality is that just in Facebook itself, 223 million people log into it every single month. They access it. I mean, it's insane. That's about 2/3 of the population, and it continues to grow. So, I mean, the thing is, especially in the COVID era that we're in right now, people are more tuned into it than ever. So I think the biggest thing that we have to ask ourselves is how do we reach and engage that audience? Because there's definitely a right way and a wrong way to do it. And a lot of, people think that, hey, I'm an auto repair shop. I have to post automotive related content. But that's not always true. Like, what is your objective with posting? Who are you trying to reach? And how will you get your message across? That's something you really got to ask yourself. Facebook's algorithms will actually remove posts that it deems as not relevant. And the reason why that's relevant to this particular question set is if you're trying to just reach the everyday consumer that drives an automobile, then you need to ask yourself, how are you going to get your message across to them? Because Facebook will basically not put something in front of that consumer that it doesn't think is interesting. And unfortunately for us, and also fortunate, it's how our business or industry thrives, consumers don't particularly find automotive repair that interesting, right? They like to see vacation pictures, friends and family. They like doing puzzles. So if your objective is to talk to the everyday consumer that drives an automobile, which I would think that it would be very similar to that, then we have to figure out how to get our message across to them, which is really about building a relationship with that client. And so what I've actually done is I put a little video here together that shows some new features inside of Facebook, and then also some proof in the pudding on, why fun posting is better. So one, when you get into Facebook itself, we need to make sure your services are activated, and they're actually growing this feature quite a bit. Basically, you can put every service that you offer inside of Facebook. Number one, that's going to help for people that do page consumptions to go into your page and see those. But also they've got some new appointment setting tools that you can integrate into these. So if you're okay with getting appointments through Facebook Messenger, that is an option. And OSM can help you set that up if that's something that you're interested in. It's brand new, so it's something that we're testing out, but it is something that if it's active on your page, we can definitely get you into. But Facebook's new layout for you guys, you can put your job postings, you can put your events, you can put your community. This is about that communication piece to that customer and letting them know that you're there for them and what you have to offer. They don't even need to go to a website. As a matter of fact, you can see that was like a miniature website. When it comes to posting, I put an example here. This page has 3,916 followers. And what I want to show you is that when we post automotive related content, you get a lower view rate. As a matter of fact, we put on there that a little before you hit the road message, and we get a 4% view rate. Winter driving tips down to a 3% view rate. That's not very high. But then we do something engaging, like what superpower would you have? And we almost jump up to a 20% view rate. So we're reaching hundreds more people every single day with that. Then if we jump back into a basic a store hours post, we're down to a 3% view rate. Gray light, throw a dog in there, we're up to a 16% view rate. Those are significant jumps in numbers. And this is just a short scroll back into their history. Some of these posts can get up to a 30 or 40% view rate over time, right? And so what this is showing you is that even though that, most, companies or brands might post something very specific to their industry or to their niche, when it comes to a needs-driven industry like auto repair, if our goal is to reach the everyday consumer, keep our business name top of mind, build rapport, build trust, then we want to do that through building a relationship, making them laugh, smile. And that's what Optimize Social Media helps you do. And there's nothing better than telling your story as well on top of that, getting some local posts, getting some local pictures. And doing that, you can simply take a picture and text message it over to your OSM account manager. So we have more and more messages. As a matter of fact, last month we had over 1,000 text messages from our clients. So if you're watching this and you're not sending us pictures, please start to right away. So posting, if you want to reach a local audience, you can do that on a daily basis and do a good job at it, but you have to have that right posting strategy. And so I hope that kind of explains a little bit of why we post the way that we do. But not only that, but there's things that you can pick up and help out with there as well. Incorporating social SEO. This is a kind of a new term. I believe our very own Jason Strand kind of came up with it on accident. He threw it out in a little marketing piece. I have not seen it floating around the web yet, but social SEO, as OSM defines it, is using your social media to help out with that optimization of where you're ranked online. And that can happen on your local profiles and your directories, but also on your actual social media itself. So for example, when you do post a product or service that you sell, taking that product, right? Like, so if you're going to put brake pads, we could put Napa brake pads or whichever version of it that you guys want to put on there. Wiper blades, same thing. Like taking those actual products, but then also linking to the specific page inside of your website, right? So that's utilizing social media to bridge that gap, and it's going to help increase that traffic and everything else along with it. So with that said, that's going to move us over to a little bit on Facebook ads. So Facebook ads, Facebook wants you to, connect with their ad system to reach that local audience as well. So I think the big thing is that posting can reach your followers, right? But at the same time, like a little bit of an ad spend can reach thousands of people locally. And so again, whether you're trying to do an oil change reminder, in-store traffic ad, just getting some loyalty and retention, you really can hit just about every, Facebook user in your local market for, a few dollars a day, right? You want to launch a full-scale ad campaign that you can do that. We drop a pin on your store. We typically run a 10 to 15 mile radius. If you're more rural, it could go 40, 50 miles. If you're less rural, we could go 5, 10 miles, whatever it is that you want. I don't know if you know this, but if you have a CRM that you can export a customer list from, you can upload that into Facebook and do some very targeted marketing there, such as an oil change reminder. So again, you want to ask yourself, who do you want to reach, right? If you're trying to reach just new customers, we could run an ad and take your customer list and actually say we don't want to show the ad to them, right? So there's very awesome things that you can do inside of that advertising system that a lot of people probably don't know about, and OSM does them every single day. So, but it really still comes down to creating top of mind awareness. It's not as advanced as Google's system. I wish we could do verified phone calls and that stuff, but it's really about creating mass awareness. And if you think about it, if we can get your name in front of local customers every day, make them laugh and smile every day through an ad and a post, that's top of mind awareness at its best, right? That's going to help create that loyalty and that retention. And what we've actually seen, and I show this on a few different presentations, is up to 100%, right? I've actually seen over 100%. I've seen just a little bit under, but it is actually pretty standard that our clients see a massive increase in the amount of total searches that they're coming up for in Google because of the full strategy. So a lot of people say, well, my Facebook post isn't making me money. That's not true, right? You're just looking in the wrong spots. You have to look over into Google and where you get your phone calls, right? So if you've become more relevant, you're going to come up in more searches. More people search for your business name. More people select you when they do random searches. And that shows Google that you're more relevant to the searches that people are looking for. And so going from from 12,000 to 24,000, in a 1 year span, in those same months comparing it, that's amazing. And we see that across the board. And then we see direct results tied into that with phone calls as well, right? So July of 18 to July of 19, well over 100% increase in phone calls. And that's really what your business thrives on, right? Getting those phone calls, those customers coming in. So I hope this helped a little bit. Basically, the moral of the story that we're trying to get across today is, connect with your local community. Don't stress too much about whether or not the post is fun. Like, you want the post to be fun because you're going to create a friend through social media, right? So do that. Work with OSM, get us some local stuff, and we'll create a very, very awesome social media strategy for you. Please give your account manager a call with any updates. You can also call us at 855-676-1212. And as I mentioned before, you can also text message your account manager any pictures, updates, right to their direct line. Have a great day.